Whoa, everybody, we're live. Are you ready to do this? Here we are, the official Lady Death Treacherous Infamy preview show. That's right, folks. 1 week from now, August 12th, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, Lady Death Treacherous Infamy is going to launch on Kickstarter. You know what? We got approved to launch today, about an hour ago. So we're good. Nothing in our way. So before we get into this, a couple updates. First up, La Muerta is in shape to ship any moment now. We are beyond the prep. I completed all the signing. I know we're starting to pull things together. What we like to do is get it all boxed up and ship at the same time. So just keep an eye on things because it's getting close. It's getting close. Then secondly, before we get into the preview, sometimes right before a Kickstarter happens, I get kind of reflective and start thinking about kind of like, taking a look at this time. And what I come up with is my gratitude towards all you guys and gals out there. I really am getting to the chance to tell the stories I want to tell. And look, I know there's people out there writing these crazy award-winning stories and that kind of stuff, but I am telling the stories I want to tell, and it's all because of you guys and gals. And I've assembled these tremendous teams. My phenomenal co-writer, Mike McLean. It's like, from a writing point of view, it's like, to me, two halves of a whole. The idea that he lives in the same county as I do is incredible. And all these wonderful contributors that you all are getting to know, whether it's Diego Bernard, Cece De La Cruz, Veteran Letter, Marshall Dillon, the extended Coffin crew who helps bring this all together, and the phenomenal color talent. This symphony of stuff and the crazy marketing and promotion that is about to be unleashed upon you. I'm just gratified that what I get to do actually every day is to wake up and concoct this stuff. And the other thing I'm present to is the fact that right now, Mike McLean and I are actually working on a storyline that's coming out this time next year. We've been able to spend the last 3 or 4 months getting really, really far ahead. And those stories it's just a lot of fun. So I don't want to digress, but I really just want to say thanks. And without further ado, let's get into this preview. So for those of you who know or don't know, we are Coffin Comics. And even if you do know, you're going to get some surprises here. But please put up with some of the repeated information. However, let's do it. So, Lady Death's Treacherous Infamy is the 12th chapter in Lady Death's undead life in the Coffin Comics era. Our main edition is called the Premier Edition. This will be 48 pages and square bound. Right now you see a green logo. If we're lucky enough to unlock a free bonus, we're going to turn that into a silver logo. What did I hear? What am I calling it? Free bonus? Yes, I'm letting you know that from now forward, we are not going to be using the term stretch goal, and we're moving to the word free bonus. And the reason we're doing it is we believe the words free bonus might have more resonance with a greater amount of people. Sometimes with Kickstarter, there's a lot of coded language, and we're trying to kind of break down those barriers. So the word free bonus is in place of stretch goals. Man, if we unlock that free bonus, boom, that's going to be a beautiful silver foil logo. Now, this story with co-written by myself and Mike McLean, illustrated by Diego Bernard, colored by Cece De La Cruz, and lettered by Veteran Letter Marshall Dillon, is The Evil Unleashed. I literally got the last pages of color in from Cece. The lettering is already done, and whoa, okay, we said the evil is unleashed, and it is. I really feel for New Orleans during Mardi Gras in our fictional universe, because it ain't pretty. We promised it. Now, we love to present this comic in different editions that people can enjoy, whether they want to choose one or choose more than one or choose whole bundles. So the next up is the cosplay edition. So with the cosplay edition, we invited back our pal, Ireland Reed, and her company, Night Owl Photo. And this is a gorgeous image of Ireland as the model, as Lady Death. And you'll also notice that we're doing this new devil Lady Death logo. And that devil Lady Death logo is to espouse and echo the evil that has overcome her for this storyline. So that one is also for your choice. These two rewards are going to cost $26, but we want to show you what it comes with. So our Coffin Comics Kickstarter value proposition, each physical reward includes free, all unlocked free bonus items, formerly stretch goals, and we have some surprises planned this time around, free US shipping, free digital download, and free optional autograph. So for 26 bucks, that's what you get, the 48-page square-bound book, which looks like this. Get back to these in a minute, but that nice square bound, that heftier storyline. You know, this comics that we get in the shops, those stories range in 22 to 24 pages, 32-page books, frequently what's called a self-cover. This has a little more meat. And I was inspired by comics like Hulk Future Imperfect. I like the feeling of those books. Dark Side Thanos crossover. That 48-page format I just think is rad. You can tell a little bit more story. Next up, we have the Homage edition by Stephen Butler and Dan Feldmeyer. Here, we are homaging the classic Golden Age Superman #1. We call this one Super Death. Now, look, this is satirical and parody, in effect, and we're claiming there's 666 pages of insanity. That's not accurate. There's 48 pages, but it's still insane, I assure you. Stephen knocking it out of the park yet again. Cool, hellish background. That is what we call the city diss. Next up, this is an unreasonable facsimile of the hardcover edition with cover by Sun K. Sun is having a year, and we are happy that she's on board doing the Coffin Comics Shuffle. That is a great classic Lady Death image, and that was my challenge to her. We're hearkening back to the very, very early Lady Death where her hair was super duper long and she has her cool necro energy, and that is a hardcover. Next up, returning hero, Mr. Shannon Mayer. Shannon Mayer for the jeweled edition. Shannon did one other cover for Lady Death, and it's actually a very quiet sellout bestseller. Lady Death is having a private moment in the former one. This one, she's a little more devilish. Now, this is a jeweled edition, and there's more to come about the jeweled edition this time around. We're actually going to need to solicit your opinion, but we'll do that next week when we launch. Next up, and this is the first time we're showing it, this is the Naughty Edition. The Naughty Edition by Richard Ortiz and the one and only Sanju Niven June. Now, you will notice that Richard Ortiz has taken on a fully rendered approach where there's a lot more modeling in the work. And yeah, this I hope you guys like it because I know that I do. This is a cool piece of Lady Death. What can you say? I mean, it's just, Richard Ortiz knocks it out of the park again. Richard and I have been working together since 2006, and man, I just thought this is such a rad image. Next up, the one and only for the returning champion, the Holofoil. The Holofoil edition was not on the last campaign, but due to popular demand, it must come back. So here it is, the Holofoil edition by Kenneth Rocafort. That is Rocafort. Kenneth, this is his first time contributing to Coffin Comics, and I think he has come up with a stellar and unique image with a background color that I don't think we've ever published. Very excited about the piece. I like all these cool little creepy, eerie dudes that he popped in. Even the background's got these wisps of all these kind of crazy characters. Very cool. Thanks, Kenneth. Super cool. Now, next, this image has proven to be very, very popular by Paolo Pantalena and our new colorist contributor. This image is one of a pair. So this is an angelic image. This is the heavy metal edition by Paolo Pantalena. And there is a matching image of a more demonic sort. When and where that will show up, I do not know. Now, last campaign, the lenticular edition proved to be very popular. And that edition was by Dawn McTigg. And it featured two images, naughty and evil. And when they were flipped, they created the lenticular effect. Being Coffin Comics, we decided we had to take it up a notch. We had to put it to 11. So this time around, the lenticular edition is by Mike Chrome, and it's a 3-part lenticular. In the first part, we have Lady Death in repose, sickle down, dark background. In the second one, we see the coming of the lightning, and Lady Death begins to raise her sickle. In the third image, her sickle meets the lightning, and the lightning explodes. Now, perhaps when our campaign goes live, we actually have a GIF that kind of creates the effect of the lenticular so you can see. This is only a facsimile. Certainly, it's not the lenticular effect. I believe that during the campaign, we will have a sample and we'll be able to show you exactly how it goes. So let's see. Next up, Jimmy Calabrese, let's go back a little bit and show everybody stuff. And what the heck should we show next? How about we show, there's a lot to see, a lot to see, a lot to see. So how about next, we're going to show you a selection. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go check for comments. So come with me. We're going to check for comments and see what's up. Get some feedback on what's coming on so far. Matthew Davis loves it. That's because, Matthew, you have a good taste. Let's see here. That image was made for holofoil. Time of dying. I believe that's true. In fact, I think it was concocted purely for that. Revenant likes the detail. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps. Yeah, man, let's hear some likes. I love it. Cool. Well, we'll keep checking back. Now I'm going to unveil to you some of the prints. So I'm going to do them in a rapid fire. So the way we're doing the prints now is there'll be a reward tier where you can either pick 5, you could pick 8, or you could pick all of them. So you'll be able to pick the one specific you like at the end of the campaign during the survey period. But here we go. Super Death, Stephen Butler, Dan Feldmeyer, boom, Sun K, Shannon Mayer, boom. The one and only Lightning Strikes image by Mike Crome, Paolo Pantalena, and Chuck. Chuck, I got to get your full name down. I commit everything to memory. I got to commit that to memory. Kenneth Rocafort. Kenneth did everything on this one, his own coloring and everything. Boom. We call this image Sworn 2. Do you guys remember that other image of that gal? She's doing the corn. She had a Lady Death chest tattoo. Mike Crone came up with the idea of doing that same character seen from behind. Totally Mike. Totally rad. Great. Oh, my Lord. There's Jesse Witchman in the Demon Knight image. Demon Knight. Next up. What do we got? Oh, my. This is the Black Rose by Colette Turner. Colette Turner. And last but not nearly last, certainly not least, boom, this is Sitting Pretty by Ken Lashley and Juan Fernandez. Ken had contributed to Chaos Comics back in the 90s, and he has certainly gone on to do amazing things. Did you guys and gals get his latest issue of Spawn? Those pages are insane. The layouts are phenomenal. Ken Lashley is at the peak of his powers. And the truth is, he's been at the peak of his powers for 20 years. The guy is just operates at another level. So to have him contribute is an honor and a blessing. But let me also show you that I adore this image so much that we're choosing to make it a 24 by 36 poster. Now this reward tier will actually come with the Premier Edition and the poster for $39. Or you get the poster on its own as an add-on or an overpledge, and that will be $25. It will ship separately. It will be tubed, but feast your eyes. Holy mackerel. Doesn't that image say it all? I think it does. Now look, some of you may be tuning in for the first time, and you're saying, how do I start? Where do I begin? What's going on with this Lady Death stuff? Or you might be saying, hey, I was a Lady Death fan in the 90s. I'm coming back. Where do I start? Well, we actually have reward tiers for you as well. What we offer is rewards where you can either get all of the previously existing Coffin Comics era Lady Death chapters, or you could get any one of them. So I think we're offering all 12 chapters, which is quite a few pages, for $220, or you could get any single particular chapter you may be missing for $26. And that will be explained in better detail on the Kickstarter. What we do these days is we actually, all the comics are named #1, but all their chapters are mentioned in the upper right. That way you get the sequential numbering of all of them. Now, every single one of these books are at least 48 pages square bound, And chapter 10 was 64 pages featuring 56 pages of story and art. Crazy. But I digress. Jimmy Calabrese, check out this fine art print. So this is a fine art print. I think we call that one Lightning Strikes, and that is by the one and only Mike Mayhew. Mike has carved out his own path in the world of comics. He is a phenomenal, unparalleled talent, and he graced us with this image, and he is our ultimate tier artist. So let me jump over and explain that piece. So I'm jumping around a little. Thank you for your patience. We do a thing called the Legend tier, Ultimate Legend tier. And on that tier, we will locate an artist of the highest possible caliber who's never drawn Lady Death before and invite them to contribute. But here's the wrinkle. We then make that comic book inordinately rare relative to that person's talent and popularity. And in this case, you have the one and only Mike Mayhew. So this is the Legend set, and it's part of an entire tier. So here is Mike's Legend edition. This is the naughty version he did, and this was the initial sketch drawing. Now that is offered as, that's part of the noir. So these are called Legend, Naughty, and Noir. They are not sold separately, and they're part of a larger tier. But that's not all. This year, we got kind of kooky with these tiers, and we added in yet another set to this tier. And this is called the Ultimate Edition set by Ken Lashley and Juan Fernandez. You have the Ultimate Edition, the Ultimate Virgin Art, and then the Ultimate Noir. Now, with the Ultimate Legend, this is our promise. We're going to offer it up. They're limited to 90 serial numbered copies. 88 are going to get out into the public, and then we're retiring that image as a comic book cover for all time. We will not go back and produce it as a cover. It may be a pinup, a print, a card, something else, but never a comic book cover again. That adds to the craziness of it all. I mean, Mike Mayhew, his print runs are like, what, zillions, right? Anyway, so, okay, what's next? What I'd like to do is to discuss some of our upper tier. So where shall we start? So we have three upper tiers. We have the High Roller, the Mega Baller, and the Ultimate tier. Now, today, we sent out a PDF of our entire campaign, and that went to previous backers, people who are on our mailing list. So if you really want to ruminate on this stuff, what I'd recommend is join up to our mailing list. You go to coffincomics.com. On the upper right-hand side, enter your email address. You will be on board, and I believe we will resend this again, maybe one more time. If you are on our mailing list and for whatever reason you have not received it, please contact us at inquiries@coffincomics.com and let us know. I heard it might be a little glitchy, so we want you to have it. So part of the High Roller tier is an accumulation of all these previously mentioned editions, plus this image sworn to by Mike Crome. And remember, it's based on this image, which was given away as a free stretch goal. We used to call them stretch goals. And then this is the same lady in reverse. She is sworn. Super cool. Now, we also like to do a chase cover. So overall edition, 406 copies, broken down into 6 colors of 66 apiece. Boom, 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 boom. But that's not all. Then we like to do an Omega, where there will be 1 copy only of a given color. Now, this art is by the one and only Walter Simonson. Come on, Walter Simonson. Now, I've been in the comic collecting and reading game since about the early 70s. Many people know mid-70s. And gosh, man, Walter Simonson, I would just hang on getting his Thors every month. And Walter remains relevant to this day with his current series, Ragnarok. Man, I've enjoyed his Manhunter. I enjoyed his run on Fantastic Four. I liked his series Orion for DC. So anything Simonson's doing, I'm super interested. So it was glorious to have Walter contribute. And what you'll notice is we did it in different, we couldn't resist, all these different color treatments. Scarlet, emerald, gold, blue, which is classic, white and the violet. And then only one of these each are going to get out to the public. And I think we're giving an enhanced COA with that as well. So if you back our high roller tier, you would get all these books, the Sworn, and one copy of these, which comes masked, so that when you discover it, you could see what you got. Isn't that cool? So I'll tell you what I'd like to do now too is I want to jump over into our conference room and show you a couple of other new projects that we're doing. And we're going to give Jimmy a chance. We're on a cord. Hey, I'm going to actually, let's see here. So Carmen says she loves it when those PDFs come out. So that must mean you got it. That's great. Oh, and Revenant, love the old FF and Thor books, no doubt. In Niobe. Hell yeah, Niobe. Thank you for never missing us. I really appreciate it. Mark Woodward's in the house. High roller all the way. Hell yeah, man. Well, super cool. I see David Balance is on there. Hello, David. How are you, my friend? All right, moving into this next room. We got enough cord. And so what I'd like to do is introduce you to a new hardcover project we're doing. And that is called Lady Death Homages. So Lady Death Homages is 48-page, 9x12 hardcover. The main edition features a cover by Sun K, which homages Frank Frazetta's classic Death Dealer. Now, this particular book is 48 pages of our homages collected, and many of them which have never been published before. So I'd love to show them to you now. So here's the classic Spawn #1 by Marat Michaels, and I'm going to flip through these at a high speed. Barbarella Sun K, brand new, never seen. Captain Death #100, homage to Captain America. The classic Ghost Rider, Black Widow. We call that one Death Widow, never published. The Amazing Spider Death. David Balance's favorite image that Coffin Comics has ever published, Pony Death. Deathzilla, Walking Dead homage. We've never published this one yet too. Death Mariner. The Zombie Tramp homage by Dan Mendoza himself. Monster of Deathenstein. Lady Slave. Lady Drac. Captain Death. The Coffin Co. Pop. How about this one? Never published yet. Death Surfer. Lady Bat. The Coffin Obsession. Infinity Gauntlet homage. The classic image by Scott Blair. Death the Barbarian. Classic homage of Conan. Daughter of Satanus. Captain Death. Another one never published. Deathsation Comics. This is an homage of Sensation Comics #1, Golden Age. This one is by Stephen Butler and Dan Feldmeyer. The Bride Returns by Matt Meerhoff. The classic Spidey 1 homage by Marat Michaels. That beast, the homage king. Lady Wolf. By now you probably say I have a real soft spot for 70s Marvel stuff. It's true. I love the trade dress back then. I mean, I really look at that stuff and I get this dopamine-like effect. It's, you know, it's probably what people get out of drugs. They're like, look at these things. I'm like, ying, 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 ying. What can I say? Next up, the Jessica Rabbit homage by David Harrigan. Action figure homage by Marat Michaels. Freddy Krueger homage by Dan. Lady Strange, the classic Brunner cover by, again, Stephen Butler. Two of my favorites. This is Astonishing Tales 18, or what is it? Astonishing Tales 26 and Amazing Adventures 18. This is Death Raven and Cyber Death. Ms. Marvel, David Harrigan pulling in, homaging Papa as from Ghost. The Aurora Model Kit homage by Alex Ronald, another unpublished Lady Bat. The classic ASM 300 homage by Marat Michaels. A Friday the 13th homage by Dan Mendoza. The recent Death Gun Warriors that everyone was thrilled and tantalized by. Lady Satan. The classic Spawn number 300, and a couple others that I'm not going to reveal. You know what? Because it's fun to have a surprise. Now, this comes in a main edition, but it will also offer it in a signed limited edition. So let me express what that is. Here's the cover, and that is by Sun K, and that is an homage to the heavy metal movie poster. The treatment is completely different. This one is limited to 200. The inside front cover features a coffin-shaped bookplate, which I will sign and then number. And it also comes with the following: an exclusive 9x12 mini print, Deatharella. It comes with Captain Death metal card, Death Surfer metal card, Lady of Deathenstein holo card, and Lady of Deathenstein Lady Bat. And we'll be offering the main edition for $50 and the signed special edition, I think it's for $80, I believe. Yes, $80. Now that might mean 90. I'm confused, but I'll know when it's in time. Next up, I just want to show for some of you that are new to the game, we're offering a particular reward tier where all of our art books will be offered together. And so what we're saying is naughty, naughtier, more naughty, and the new aforementioned homages. These books, left on their own or historically, would be offered for $200. However, the bundles that we're offering, I think we're offering them for $150. And here's the inside scoop. We're offering 15 of these bundles only for this kick, because after that, this edition and this edition are completely sold out. So if you have any interest in these previous editions, the naughty books, now's the time to hop, because when they're gone, they're gone. Now, some of you guys and gals out there, if you're watching it for the first time, you might say, well, this guy's spending a lot of time describing the covers of things. What do the interiors look like? Well, I want to show you what the interiors look like. So feast your eyes on some of the interior pages of Treacherous Infamy. There's Lady Death, a little perturbed with a mafia boss. She's doing what she's doing. Here is an insane double-page spread of Devil Lock and Lady Death in the background. If you take in the whole page, Jimmy, you could see there's a Mardi Gras float burning. Look at Lady Death's attitude. Look at her sheer glee in the fight. It's one of the cool things about the character of Lady Death that I adore is she's not a human being, and she's very gleeful in battle. It's almost as if she becomes fully realized as a being when she's just pitched in battle. And here she's also evil. So, and then of course with Devil Lock, you see all the little devils that have malshaped his body. And in this part of the story, he's actually formed it into an armor. And historically, for the story that is untold on Devlin, he has never been able to control those changes. And here's a better sense of what goes on, where he's actually controlling the change. And he turns into Devil Lock. That's my boy. Now it's fun to reintroduce male horror characters. And again, I had mentioned earlier in the stream that we are already working on next year's books. And I got another male horror character that we're introducing next year. And I love this guy. And when I describe him to Francisca, she sees that I get all lit up about the guy. So she's like, you probably want to spin him off too. So I don't really know, but more about him when we come to him, but a fun character to write. I know that I completely wrote this scene and sort of Mike McLean didn't know what he was getting, and that we do that to each other sometimes. Like I'll just completely write a scene and then spring it on him, and he'll do his whack on it, or vice versa. And I think he was pleasantly surprised. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he was a fun character. So I'm vague posting about that next male horror character. And then, oh, okay. So, and then finally, here's a cool penciled image. And this is page 48. That's the character Insurrectus. And I might be giving a story point away, but there's the character Atrocity. And you will notice that Atrocity at the end of the story is actually with child, but not only with child, but aggressively the children are coming to be formed. So that will lead into our next story being offered next February, March, which is called Catastrophic Majesty. Now, on a purely selfish topic, Coffin Comics, the fall's coming around. I know we want new t-shirts and hoodies. I don't know about you guys and gals, but we do, so we're making them. We cordially invite you to kind of get in on it. So this is the Coffin Comics t-shirt for the fall, and this is the Coffin Comics hoodie. So as far as the t-shirts are concerned, we got some feedback that we have a tendency in the past of doing the thinner shirts. That's because we're out in Arizona. But I understand the feedback, so we actually moved our shirts to the Gildan, and they're more medium weight. They're not heavy weight, but they're medium weight. So we moved to the medium weight shirts. These are unisex shirts, and same thing with the hoodies. Now, I know there might be one or two of you ladies out there, it's either Carmen or Haley, who wanted an extra small. And I'm not promising, I know that we go small to what, 3X, 4X rather, but maybe we can source an extra small for you. I don't know. We're going to try. We'll see. Let's work it out. All right, moving on, folks. I'm going to check some of the feedback. Carmen said, ouch. I don't know what that's about yet. Diego's art gets better. Oh, ouch is probably from that page 8 where she's like, ring, ring, ring. And then Bill says that guy looks like Cremator. That is definitely not intended. I'm probably going to have to take the hood off. So I just like hoods, you know, sort of Grim Reaper-y. I mean, if you were to stack the two characters next to each other, Insurrectus is a good 1.5 feet taller, so it's not intentional. But I'm glad that you love it. And then Dave Balance goes, what? It's like, Dave, clearly I'm poking fun at you because I know that you detest pony death. But the people have spoken and they love it. Let's see here. Need pullover hoodies. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. I know that I'm like a zipper hoodie guy. That's why we do them. So purely selfish on my part, but hear what you say about the pullover. Let's see here. That Insurrectus looks somewhat like Null on Throne. I'm not really, I get Null. Null is a potential Celestial who's the source of the Venom thing in Marvel. And I'm not current on him, but I wasn't looking at him. I mean, I invented my boy Insurrectus a long time ago. So sometimes those things happen, right? I mean, I just read about how on Avengers Endgame, they had the Fat Thor character, and in Umbrella Academy, they had to change the storyline in season 2 because the character Luther actually was going to have a, you know, he got fat storyline also, so they had to alter it. But as far as like me looking at something like Null for my inspiration, that didn't happen. Insurrectus was inspired for sure by characters like Darkseid and Thanos, those extinction level events. Or I like this new term, celestial level. But right now, our guy's extinction level. I like that celestial extinction level event. Crazy. All right, look, let's recap. We've shown a bunch of stuff, but one thing we haven't shown you is the mystery envelope. Now, I feel personally, I got carried away on the mystery envelope. There's so much art. Your mileage may vary, but let's get right into it, shall we? So we're actually, before we do that, let's do metallic cards, because we certainly have the metallic card fans. So here's the official set of metallic cards for Treacherous Infamy. First up, the Sworn 2 image. Next up, the beautiful Sun K image. Lightning Bolt image by Mike Chrome. Colette Turner Black Rose image. And the Demon Knight image by Jesse Witchman. These are your official metallic card sets for Treacherous Infamy. And now may I present to you the mystery envelope, limited to 999 envelopes. First up, we will present several BP editions. We will also present several Omega editions. And then we have the Elias Chatzoudis holofoil edition, limited to 25, 20 tipped into the Kickstarter, the mystery envelopes. And now let's check the order of these. So here we call solo images. This is Chris Enott and David Delante. This is a Lady Death swimsuit image. In fact, we had so much gorgeous imagery on Lady Death swimsuit that a lot of the feedback we got from people was that every image inside should be a cover. And I think that's what's going to happen. Next up, Joel Gomez. Joel Gomez. I like Lady Death's hair on that one. Very wild. Cool skull. Next up, Monty Moore swimsuit image. Monty Moore. Now, these are limited to, let's see, Delante's 40, Gomez 40, Monty 50. These are relatively limited editions. Paolo Pantalena and RF Prianto. Fun. I like a little skull volleyball. Nice little humor from Paolo on this one. I like that it's still at night. Nathan Zerdy. Nathan Zerdy's also having a moment in his career. He is a very, very hot artist right now, and I love what he's turned in. I actually have a really cool Nathan Zerdy image that we have not presented just yet for the future. And so the Nathan Zerdy there is limited to 50 copies. That's criminal. And then we have Colette Turner. Colette Turner, colored by Sandra Niven June, limited to 50 and retired. And then here we go into some nice and naughty editions. This is Mr. David Harrigan, nice and naughty. And check out Harrigan, rocking it out. David Harrigan. Next up, we have Ken Hunt, nice and naughty, Ken Hunt. And that is Sanju Niven coloring. Sanju Niven coloring. Next up, Jose Varese. Jose Varese, naughty and nice. Jeremy Clark inking. Thank you, Jeremy. And Sanju Niven. Boy, I got to tell you, Jose Varese is really turning in some knockout pieces for us. And wait till you guys and gals out there see what he did for Hellwitch. I'm going to pause for a minute and see if there's any comments. Jumping over to the comment section. Let me see here. I got to click for the new comments. I'm clicking. Ah. Oh, okay. So Bill, the Elias Chatzudis is from your cover sketch you had done. That's super cool. And Revenant likes that Nathan Zerdy. Ah, Economics and Comics. What's up, boys? If you go baller, do you get all these covers as well? Well, if you go Mega Baller, you definitely get a whole bunch of stuff, and you get one mystery envelope, and you get 2 chase covers. And then David Balance says, I like the background moon theme. I like that one too. I think that was pretty cool. Well, thank you for your comments, folks. Let's show you a couple more. Always appreciate the feedbacks, kind of guiding us. I know I get carried away with these campaigns. I'm the only human being to blame with the sheer quantity of this stuff. I think Jimmy's laughing, but it's absolutely true. And, you know, I apologize because part of my expression is like the mass production. What do you have to say about that, Jimmy? Is that true?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, it's, you know, me and Nick are just toiling away, just like cranking this stuff out. I get so excited. So blame me. Next up. Oh, yeah, Ryan Kincaid. Ryan Kincaid. Naughty, nice, Ryan Kincaid. Sanju Niven color. Whoa. Good job, Ryan Kincaid. Thank you so much. You know, what I'd like to say about Ryan is a couple things. I think he's one of the nicest guys, nicest professionals you want to meet in comics. And kind of like myself or a guy like Rutt Michaels, Monty Moore, man, that guy works, man. And I really respect that. We really appreciate hard work. And, you know, big up. Next up, John Boy Myers. Naughty, nice, naughty, nice, naughty, nice. John Boy Myers. This is a pretty cool and complicated image. Lady Death is in a pool, and she's surrounded by these cool flowers that actually, if you look at them, some of them have skullish details, and then there's just a ton of skulls. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can see all the rings of the water. In the naughty version's a little more revealing. John Boy Myers. Now here's the ridiculous thing. Those are limited to 50 copies. And you know, it's John Boy Myers. But I did want to make the mystery envelope special. I hope you agree that it is. You guys will decide. Next up, Matt Meerhoff. It's got a really cool, unique styles of Matt Meerhoff. Lady Death swimsuit. Lady Death swimsuit. The next set we're going to reveal is Richard Ortiz. Richard Ortiz. Naughty Nice set. You know, even when we published Lady Death swimsuit earlier this summer and throughout the summer, I really could ultimately only choose 24 interior images. But the truth is we had about 41 images when we did Naughty Nice. So I actually had to cull it down. And it was an incredible project. Began putting it together November of last year. Started getting the images in. Really neat. Really cool. If you think you've seen them all, you haven't. And then rounding off, returning champion Anthony Spey, colored by Sean Forney. This is a Naughty Nice set by Anthony Spey. Anthony Spey. I'm going to double check and see if there is any questions, comments, or concerns. Oh, Bill Watson's very excited about the Ken Hunt. Me too, man. I like this. Let me see. I'm going to click for new comments. Meerhoff got that Elvira feel. Yeah, I get that. Hey, Travis, how you doing, my friend? There's a lot of great mystery envelopes. Thank you. Yeah. Look, the truth of the matter is I try to approach the mystery envelope differently every time if you kind of go back and look at the history. But I was truly overwhelmed by the art that I had in-house. And man, we went to work on this one. So hopefully you guys find that one exciting. So let's recap now that we're here together, just us. This is a preview of Lady Death Treacherous Infamy. And if you think that this preview has revealed all that there is to see, you would be sadly mistaken. Because this is Coffin Comics, and what we always say is what? Expect the unexpected. And I know by now you think that you know to expect the unexpected, but I don't think you really know this time around to expect the unexpected that is coming towards you this time. So in conclusion, what I want to say is, again, thank you. We are eternally grateful that we get to present our love and joy and passion and excitement for this crazy American art form, comic books, to you from the humble HQ here in the American Southwest, Arizona. We cordially invite you to get ready because next Wednesday, August 12th at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we're going to get ready to rumble. Expect 45 minutes before launch, we're going to kick off a live event. Expect some cool guests, some of the familiar suspects. But until then, this is what I want to say. Thank you so very much. You've been great. I've been Brian Pulido. We are Coffin Comics, and we make good comics for bad boys and girls. Talk to you sooner than later.